I used to think I was doing December all wrong. Everyone else seemed so energized by the bustle, the hustle, the chaos, the noise. But me, it just made me feel uncomfortable. It took me years before I realized I wasn't doing the holidays wrong. And I wasn't out of step. Once I started building my season around my needs as an introvert, everything changed. I felt I could really enjoy December. The quiet of winter, the change in the seasons, the settling down for a few months as the world was getting busy around me. And I came to love December as an introvert. I'm going to talk about that today. Let me get started. Before I get too far into this, because I just know I'll forget to ask later, please subscribe. It lets YouTube know that we really appreciate authentic content that has to do with us. A little bit older folks, things that affect our lives and our lifestyles. And those likes, that thumbs up, I'm sure you realize I really appreciate those at the end of the day. I'm an old lady, I get a bit tired, and they make me happy. On with it. Just so we aren't too confused, I'm going to say a few things about what, to my mind, is an introvert, because that would be me. When I use the word introvert and describe myself that way, I'm not referring to shy or antisocial, those labels folks stick on us. They're something else entirely. I mean that I get recharged in the warmth and coziness of my little house, home, quiet, absorbed in something, relaxed, with my feet up, making do for me. Out there in the hustle bustle, it just gets me revved up and not recharged. So that's how I'm working with the term today, and I bet a whole lot of you are just like that. And you may not have been that way forever, but you are now, and you can really get into December in the peaceful quiet of your home with your feet up. Now the holidays are a big struggle time, or at least they have been over the years. Why? As I think about it, they're a really extroverted 6 weeks or so. People running around trying to buy last-minute gifts, anxious, trumpets blaring with the music in stores. The rush, the hunt for a parking spot, the excitement at holiday parties, the hanging out with office colleagues, old friends, and sometimes people you hardly know, because that's what you do in the holidays. It is, I think you'll agree, a really extroverted time. Now, I used to think the only way to escape all of that was, an escape. Now, I come from an especially boisterous and loud family, especially in the holiday season. So I focused on that. And my first goal was to escape that hubbub. So what did I do? I did go away on holidays and skip the whole thing. It took me a while even to get to that. One of the first times I was gone, I had signed up for a Sierra Club trip. I thought, at least I'll be with people, that'll be good. So I'll have that point of connection. But I don't want to be around the pressures of family. So I signed up for a trip to Death Valley with the Sierra Club. We would base camp in one area and take day trips. It sounded lovely. But here's what I found. The group energy didn't do quite what I needed. So even that amount of extroversion, though I had my own tent, I could presumably wander off by myself. There were group gatherings, group hikes, group meals. Even that was too much. And then, of all things, you would not believe, it poured with rain on Christmas Day in Death Valley, one of the driest places in the universe. It gets only a smidge of rain every year. and we practically got drowned in it. Oh, what a mess. Every time you took a step under your feet, the glop would build up a couple more inches. It was like having cement on your feet. So you were immobilized on top of miserable. I love Death Valley, but boy, that was a terrible Christmas. And still, I ended up with this feeling of guilt that I wasn't with my family, that I'd escaped them for a moment. And I did have pressures to be with the group, to be outgoing, making good conversation, accommodating others. Over the years, I got a bit more of a clue. And in another video, I've talked about how I went to the South Pacific in some years. Oh, it was wonderful. And I've tried other scenarios. But perhaps it's over the years, and I'm a bit wiser, a bit older. I have experience in the bank. I don't want to have that guilt feeling, that pressured feeling of having to participate, or because I'm not participating. And I realize I get to be who I am, especially once I got to my little house. Because here I can cozy into it. I don't have to answer the door if I don't want to. I don't have to jolly up people. Sure, I have to cater to Brekkie. That's enough. Oh, and I get to cater to myself. For me, that's what this season has become. A time when I can kick back without expectations. I've realized for me, I can't do an extroverted kind of December. That my idea of a holiday is to be my introverted self. And now I feel not pressured about it at all. And I've been able to firmly embrace that. But I will say, that doesn't mean my holiday spirit is lacking. Let me tell you the ways. Do you remember when you were younger, and perhaps still now, you got Christmas cards wishing you joy? I always kind of liked that because it made December all about everyone. It was ecumenical, and I really appreciated that. I have friends from many faiths. When I think of joy, I often think of trumpets. I don't know why, but you might understand. What I've come to as an introvert and understanding myself as an introvert is that joy doesn't have to be blazingly loud. There can be quiet little joys. It can be about energizing the soul and not just gregarious excitement. For me, my joy is about being with what I have and taking pleasure in it. But I've also found, and I've talked about this in another video, that I get enlivened by facilitating other people's joy. I worked in retail at the holidays for years and years, and it made me so happy and delighted to see what a difference I could make for folks as they were choosing out gifts, as they tried to bring happiness to people in their lives. I just so enjoyed that. But it couldn't get much better than for me right here in this moment. With Brekkie behind me, that gives me joy too. Settled, relaxed, connected. Another theme in the holiday season that's really crucial for me is a sense of generosity and thankfulness. To me, as an introvert, it's that feeling of gratitude for the people I have in my life, especially right now that I've been laid up. So many folks have come out of the woodwork to be helpful to me. And in these holidays, with my introverted spirit, that's where I want to be generous with my thankfulness, abundant, effusive, with gratitude. But here's a little extra, you've been great. Or thank you so much for fixing that for me. I so appreciate it. And let me give you a big special thank you. That's all I have right now. But every day, you're important to me as a neighbor. You might not realize it, but you've made my life livable. And there's no better neighbor than that. As an introvert, that's kind of where I want to go this holiday season. With generosity, with my feelings in my heart. I don't need a grand drama about it. But I do appreciate the warmth and thankfulness that I'm wanting to give. There's a general theme during the holiday season that connection is extremely important. Perhaps that's why there are so many parties, events, times when people can get together. But I found that there's a difference between company and connection. I might not need company, perhaps even as much as I used to. And I definitely don't need the hustle and bustle of parties. But what about connection? This is a little bit trickier if you're an introvert, in my experience. Because there's a pull to want to be alone and relax and shut the world out. And at the same time, paradoxically, to connect with people. For me, I need acknowledgement that I'm here in the universe, that I take up space, that I'm a person, that I'm valuable. I don't want to be forgotten. In the holiday season, especially. And I'll bet a bunch of you feel that way too. But this is a little bit tricky, yes, finding the connection when you want to be alone. This year, I'm trying something a little bit different, and you can tell me what you think. I not only need connection for me, but I'm happy to give it away too. I'm happy to acknowledge who you are, that you take up space, that you belong in my world. I have set up some live streams on this channel just so we can chat. So feel free to go there at the scheduled times. Come and say hi. I know you'll be welcomed. I know folks will move aside and let you in. They will acknowledge that you're there. And if that helps you with a little bit of connection for this holidays, I would so love it. That would give me pleasure too. My final theme for the holidays may actually be that pleasure thing. To me, I've always associated the holidays with delight, surprise, magic, sometimes in very concrete forms. So I make sure to have delight and magic in my Decembers. Is that hard for me to do? Oh no, it's very easy. To me, delight is my opportunity in these months to get new splashy plants. You'll see one right behind me. And then, you might not believe this, but I got a huge poinsettia this week. It's so big, I can't pick it up. It's way too big for this house. I didn't realize it until I got it here, home. It's huge, and it's wonderful. It's delightful and magic. And that's what I can hope for in the holidays. To me, that's what's special and makes me grin every time I have a look. Oh, what a treat. The way I celebrate my holidays, it might look strange to you, and I can imagine it really looks strange to someone who's extroverted, who enjoys the full effect of trumpets, the crowds, the chaos, the energy, the exuberance. That's a December I no longer enjoy. It doesn't free my spirit. But our desires, they're not really that different. We all relish joy, delight, connection. It's just that as an introvert, I go about it in a quieter way, a more stay-at-home kind of way, a more slow, easy few weeks. And that might look really odd to an extrovert. Perhaps they can't imagine, but it works for me. Now, I bet there are a whole lot of you introverts out there, and you're thinking, oh yeah, this is so much my experience. Come on, up here. Add your experience. Add your experience. I have my little moment of connection right here. I'll bet you introverts out there have many ways of getting what you need in the holidays. It'll be really helpful if you write in the comments some of what you've experienced. We all need new ideas, new notions of how to be in December when that can be a difficult month for us. And for me, that's enough for now. Don't forget to subscribe and we'll talk soon, all right? See you then.